Hello, audience. Welcome to another episode of Have You Seen It? I am Charles, and I am with my lovely co-host, Denise. How you doing, girl?
I'm fine.
So, Denise, tell our audience what movie you're recommending for them this week.
All right. The movie I am recommending is Ice Road, starring Liam Neeson and Lawrence Fishburne and some other people. This movie is about a diamond mine that has suffered an explosion, if you will, and has trapped some miners way down at the bottom of, in the mine. So the company, the mining company, is wondering, how could this have happened? Everything was correct. We did everything right. We're baffled. We need to get somebody on this, and we've got to save those miners because they don't have a lot of oxygen left, and they're going to die if we don't get to them. So the organization has enlisted the aid of Liam Neeson and Lawrence Fishburne to deliver a device that's going to save the miners who are trapped. The problem is they have to trek along a very long stretch of ice and frozen road in northern Canada. Now, along with Liam Neeson is his brother who suffers from PTSD. He is his caretaker, and they work together. So he is along for the ride as well as another young lady whose brother is trapped in the mine. So as they begin this trek in 3 huge 18-wheelers, that's when all of the thrilling action begins. Because as I'm watching this movie and I'm watching them trek across this frozen tundra, I'm kind of scared and nervous. And then the ice begins to crack. So as the ice begins to crack and they continue their journey, mayhem just ensues. So in Liam Neeson form, there are going to be problems, there are going to be issues, but he's going to get everybody out. Trust and believe. But just watching how he does it and how his mind works in situations like that is fun. So it was a very watchable movie, and the ending was not what I expected, because as the organization or the company is trying to figure out how could this explosion have happened, everybody's kind of pointing the finger at each other, but the person or the persons who were really at fault, I didn't think they were the cause of the explosion at all. So at the end, I was like, what? No, you didn't. How could you do that? But I enjoyed this movie. So that is my recommendation. Ice Road, starring Liam Neeson.
So my recommendation this week is F9, or Fast and the Furious #9. So I'm going to mention a lot of the characters straight up front, because in this movie, there are a lot of people in this movie, right? And in the franchise period, right? So Vin Diesel plays Dominic Toretto. Michelle Rodriguez plays Liddy Ortiz, his wife. Therese Gibson plays Roman. Chris Bridges, who everybody knows as Ludacris, plays Ty J. Parker. John Cena plays Jacob Toretto, Dom's brother in this movie. And Natalie Emmanuel plays Ramsley. She is the British computer hacker that's part of the team. And then a host of other people in this movie. All right. So Dom is retired. And along with Liddy, they're raising their son totally off the beaten path, right? And when I say off the beaten path, I mean literally the only modern amenities are, electricity. Right.
Electricity.
Yeah, electricity. Definitely running water, stuff like that, right? But no TV, no cell phone, no nothing, right? The guy is totally in seclusion in retirement. So Roman Tajay and Ramsey shows up at his house telling them that Mr. Nobody, it's a guy that they worked with in the past, right? In all the other movies, apprehended Cypher, who was the villain in Fate of the Furious, which is Fast and the Furious 8. And in this message, he was telling that some rogue agents crashed his plane in Central America and that he needed help. So Dom was like, no, I'm not doing this no more. All right. I got my son to raise and I'm done with it. But Liddy and the rest of the team convinced them, hey, let's go and help out Mr. Nobody. So they do. So they get to Central America. They find a crashed plane. And on the plane, they find a weapon called Ares. And the weapon is supposedly a weapon that can hack any computer control weapons in the world, right? And so they retrieve the weapon, but as they get ready to leave, they are ambushed by a private army. And that private army was led by Dom's brother, Jacob, who he has not seen in, when I say a minute, it's a very long minute, right? That he hadn't seen him because Jacob and Dom, they fell out after the death of their father, Jack. As you keep seeing each fight or action scene in every stunt, right, you start to question, should this be the last one of these movies that they make, right? And I'm going to say a resounding yes. Please do not make another. So my recommendation this week is F9, starring Vin Diesel and everybody.
My nailed it for this week is Michael Douglas in the movie Behind the Candelabra. His portrayal of Liberace was magnificent. It was spot on, from the mannerisms, the voice, his flamboyant lifestyle. He just immersed himself in this character, and he won an Emmy for Best Actor for his portrayal. I mean, from the time he appeared on screen, I thought he was Liberace. Excellent movie. And Michael Douglas, oh gosh, his performance, he's my nailed it.
Okay, so my nailed it for this week is Alicia Silverstone in Clueless. I just seen this movie again the other day, right? And it was still as funny as when it first came out, right? This is a movie that made her star, right? And she was literally your typical California girl that came from a very well-to-do family, and she was totally clueless. But she was brilliant in some of the things that she did to try to manipulate people, right? And try to get over on her father. My nailed it this week is Alicia Silverstone in Clueless.
All right, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in Have You Seen It with Charles and Denise, and there we will be.
Audience, thank you very much for joining us for another episode of Have You Seen It with me, yours truly, Charles, and with my homie, Denise, and we are out.
Bye-bye.